Well, if you plan to fly this year after October 1st, your old ID simply won't be good enough. Tom Sinus joining us today to talk about the Real ID and what it means for travelers. We've had this in the back of our mind for a couple years now, and here it is, just a few months away now.
That's right. We talked about it a few years ago, and it seemed like 2020 was a long time in the future, right?
Yeah.
But here we are, and as you just said, October 1 is the deadline. Not the grace period, not the time to apply, but if you show up to an airport in the United States and you want to get on a domestic flight and you don't have what's called a Real ID compliant license, bad news, you're not getting on that flight.
Okay.
All right. So it's time, I thought, earlier in the year as people start renewing their license to make sure that you're thinking about this. Right. And the Secretary of State has been talking about this. I hear it piped in airports. I see things online. So everyone needs to start thinking about it. What the heck is this? Well, Real ID was passed really in the wake of the September 11th terror attacks, and it was designed to make sure that we had a more uniform system of ID that was less prone to copying and manipulation, that type of stuff, right? And it's rolled in over time because these things are not exactly fast. So how do you know if you've got a Real ID compliant driver's license? Well, you're going to want to look at your license, and the first place to look is up here in the right-hand corner. You don't see it on mine, and I'll explain why, but you want to look and see if you've got a gold star, kind of up there in that corner. That's kind of
if you have a gold star,
you're Real ID compliant. I have what's called an enhanced driver's license, the ones that I can use to going back and forth to Canada. So I've got this American flag down here. That means it's an enhanced driver's license, and an enhanced driver's license is Real ID compliant.
Gotcha. Just because it doesn't have the star doesn't mean you can't use it. It's Real ID compliant.
That's right. Now, you may end up having the flag and the star, but if you are not Real ID compliant, you will see on your license, you're going to see above your picture a statement that says not for federal identification. That's really what you're looking for. If your license that you get in the mail says not for federal identification, that means you are not Real ID compliant, which means you're not going to be able to board a domestic flight with that driver's license. However, that doesn't mean you can't fly. You can use a passport. Right. Any other passport is really
something to enhance. Passport's the one to enhance
passport is the one that will pass the federal law. So if you don't have it in your driver's license, bring your passport. And if you're not sure and you're traveling in October, we're getting ready to travel in October, bring both. Just in case. But remember, this doesn't apply to things outside of domestic travel. It doesn't apply to voting, for example. You don't have to have a Real ID compliant driver's license to vote. It has to do really with travel and visiting federal facilities. But, you know, it's time to get on top of it right now. Take a look in your wallet, and when you're getting ready to renew, make sure you're renewing the right way.
I know people get frustrated, but at the end of the day, it is to try to keep us safer. We got to remember that,
That's exactly right.
All right, Tom, where do people track you down?
They can find us online at www.sinusdramus.com. Shoot us an email at info@sinusdramus.com, or give us a call in West Michigan at 616-301-3333.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Eric.